Let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine thy food. You can either pay the farmer now, or you can pay your doctor later. Yes, I love earth foods. And as you can see, this is my farmer's market haul. Yes, I loves me some Hollywood farmer's market. Grab you a copy of my cookbook right there from Angeluscious.com. It is amazing. Learn how to cook from scratch. And these baskets here I just made. All types of goodies are in here. All types of goodies. I just wanted to show you. I really appreciate Mother Earth. I did a lot of recording today, but I'm just taking you around. This is my dinner for the night. Yes, it's colorful. When your food is colorful, you know you're doing something right. That's coho salmon with my purple eggplant, white eggplant, shishito pepper, okras, peaches, herbs. This is my cucumber for my salad. This is all in preparation mode. Prep your food in advance. It makes the cooking process a whole lot easier. That's purslane. I'm going to be eating that as well. And I've got me some purple basil, some mint, holy basil, all types of goodies. I love my herbs. I love my spices. I love these lettuces here. They're just totally awesome. As you know, I am a wild-caught sockeye salmon diva. Yes. But this lady at the farmer's market, she was selling, you know, she has the seafood lady. I get my seafood from her. And she told me coho salmon is really good. So I'm going to try the coho salmon. I gave it a shot. Now I've got eggplants, white eggplant, purple, all different types, jicama, peaches, okras, onions, all types of goodie in here. I'm gonna go ahead and rest it in the oven because I don't want it to get cold while I record this video. I'm gonna talk to you about what I really want to talk to you about, so hold on. Now, for those of you who've been following my journey on Facebook and Instagram, all over social media, you're probably already aware that I am a cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with cancer back in 2004, had bilateral mastectomy in 2005. Anyways, no one actually explained to me that you know, you have to change your diet and things like that. I wasn't educated. But anyways, you can check out my video on YouTube, how, you know, my story of how I survived cancer. It's on my YouTube channel, which is also Ange'luscious Authentic Dishes. But today I'm going to talk about another issue that I have. It's endometriosis. I'm not quite sure if you are aware of what that is, but it's a female issue. It's where the endometrial tissue makes its way outside of the uterus, or the endometrial lining, and makes its way outside of the uterus. And for females, it causes really terrible. For me, my experience was labor pains. It felt like labor pains. I didn't have regular cramps like everybody else, you know, that has their period. It was to the point where I had to take family medical leave, you know, when I worked for someone else. I had to take 1 whole week off every single month because I was bedridden. And I just couldn't move. I was incapacitated. It's just horrible. Now, picture going into labor every single month. It's not cool. Some females actually faint, you know, they pass out because the pain is so unbearable. And I had surgery for that. A friend of mine, at first I thought it was fibroids, but then I thought maybe it wasn't fibroids, you know, because I didn't have a big tummy. But a friend of mine told me that you don't have to have a huge tummy. It depends, whenever you have fibroids, it depends on where the fibroid is actually located. So it could be some other, you know, located in some other area of my body. Long story short, I was scheduled for surgery because back then, put me on the table, all right? I was all into the doctors and the prescriptions and all this other stuff, and you know, I was like, all right, you know, I want to have surgery, this is what I have, and spoke to the doctor, and he says, how do you know you have fibroids? Well, I told him all my symptoms, And he's like, all right, let's do a sonogram. So they did like a vaginal sonogram to see what's going on. And he's like, I don't think you have fibroids. There is no fibroids, but whatever it was like, it was so tiny, and it was like right outside of my cervix. So he didn't think that that was what was contributing to the heavy bleeding and things that I had. So anyways, like I said, I was a big fan of the table. So hey, the doctor says I need surgery, put me on the list, and that's what I did. I had surgery. So he told me he cured me. He's like, all right, you know, I took out all of the endometriosis. I went in and let's see here. Let me see if I can, I don't know if you can see it, but I have a little scar right here. And this is where they went through to, with the camera, whatever the hell they had to do, get inside of me and, you know, go ahead and perform the surgical procedure. So after that, I thought I was healed and cured and all this, you know, stuff. The doctor, I believed in the doctors, you know. They went to school for 1,000 years, so, you know, there is no way that my doctor could actually misinform me. Well, at least that was what I thought. I know better now. 2 months after the surgery, you know, it was good. My periods weren't heavy. I was like, yay! I am actually cured. 2 months, I had like periods for like 3 days, and usually it's 7 days. So I was really excited. I'm like, yes, I am cured. After 2 months, everything came right back. I wasn't cured. And all the symptoms, the pain, the bleeding, everything came back. I went to the doctor. I explained, you know, you didn't fix me. I thought you fixed me. And he suggested a hysterectomy. Yeah. Now, I've already had both of my breasts removed. I was diagnosed with ductal carcinoma in situ, which means, you know, the cancer didn't spread. It was still within the ducts, and I opted to have both of my breasts removed. Now I'm supposed to go ahead and remove my uterus? I think not. So he continued, you know, he was prescribing all these different medications, and I was having all these adverse reactions. My heart felt like it was going to jump out of my body. I was breaking out in hives, and it was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. And this is the first time in my life that I actually said, you know what, to hell with this. No more prescription drugs. I didn't like the side effects. It was just horrible. So that was the turning point in my life where I finally decided to become the CEO of my health. Yes, I did. And this is what I do. I started juicing. I started eating more foods from the earth. I limited processed foods. I just went buck wild on earth foods. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I did. But, and my symptoms actually reduced. I was managing endometriosis with foods. And there's some foods that actually exacerbates my pain. But, you know, everyone's body is different. So you have to try to figure out, you know, remove certain things from your diet. I noticed that by me stop buying, you know, packaged foods and canned foods, and I do still buy canned stuff, maybe like sardines, you know. I make sure that it's wild caught and it's in olive oil. Everything has soy in it. So I learned that I had to refrain from soy. All the soy milk and everything that I was eating, I cut that out. I just made a whole lot of changes. I cut out the oils. I used to use corn oil, canola oil, vegetable oils, soybean, all of those oils, they're not really good for you. So the main oils that I cook with are coconut oil, avocado oils, and extra virgin olive oil. And if you've been following me on Facebook, you would probably notice that every single month I was making soup. I was making some type of soup. My endometriosis soup, because soup really helped. It was warm, my belly was hurting, and it was really soothing. and I would add things like turmeric because it's very anti-inflammatory. I'd make smoothies. Berries really helps whenever I make, you know, smoothies with berries. I don't know, there's something about the berries, it's really good. I've tried a whole bunch of different things, but what really works for me, I mean, what really relieves my pain now that I'm living in California, where marijuana is legal, I have been using cannabis oil. Let me show you what my cannabis oil looks like. And of all the remedies and everything that I've actually tried to lessen the pain or alleviate the pain, nothing works like this cannabis oil. If you live in a state where it is legal, you get this. Now, it's like a little syringe and it's really thick. Let me come around and see if I can show it to you better. See this here? Yeah. And I still have a little bit left in here. How do you get this? You go to the dispensary. The dispensary is like a weed shop. They have everything for weed, edibles. You could buy weed, you know, but I don't smoke. I don't smoke. So I like the oil. It works for me. So I don't want to squeeze it out right now, but I just, you know, squeeze this and a little dollop. When I say like a little pencil, a little pinch works for me. Everyone's body is different. So there really isn't a recommended dosage. This works for me. Like once I use it within like 15 minutes, I start feeling the effects. And when I tell you it knocks the freaking pain out, oh my God, this thing is just gorge. I love it. So I've been using this for like over 3 months now. I didn't want to record. I didn't want to make a video until I was absolutely sure that this thing actually works. So if you're looking for pain relief, see this here? I love it. Yes, I do. The only thing is this strain actually makes me drowsy. So I don't care. I sleep. And, you know, for the next couple of days, I'm good. I don't have to take it for the entire duration of my period. I take it for maybe one day or 2 days, and I'm smooth sailing for the rest of the period. So this is actually really good. I just can't drive on the first day, or kind of like just, it relaxes me. This strain actually relaxes me. When this is finished, I'm gonna get that other strain, because you know you have sativa and you have indica. One keeps you awake, one makes you drowsy. So I need to be up and about. So when this is done, I'll get the other one. That doesn't put me to sleep, but does the same thing. So I wanted to share this with you. So if you are having really bad period pains, it works. A friend of mine told me that she went to Jamaica and she was in pain, and her auntie boiled her some tea from the marijuana. So she just steeped it, and she didn't even tell her what it was. And she was like, what happened? I'm feeling better. And her auntie told her it was like, oh, I made something special or some magic potion or something. And later on she found out that it was the tea. So the tea, it helps. It really does help. I have only good things to say about this. For years, they made us feel as if, you know, marijuana, weed, you know, is the, you know, they called it the gateway drug. The gateway drug, you know, to more horrifying drugs. But I don't think marijuana is the gateway drug. I think Tylenol and prescription drugs and all these painkillers, that's the gateway drug. All right, I don't think marijuana is bad. Weed, I don't think. I'm Jamaican. I've never ever considered weed to be a drug in the first place. I don't see anyone stealing stuff and robbing banks and anything and doing crazy things for weed. So if you live in a state where it's legal and you're able to get some cannabis oil, go ahead and get you some cannabis oil. And like I said, everyone's dosage is different. You can go ahead and research and see how many people are actually curing their cancers with this, and seizures. And this is how I actually found out about it in the first place. All right, because I was doing a lot of research, and there's a lot of little kids that's always having seizures and all types of stuff, and all the medications for years, 10 years. These kids were just on these medications that just wasn't doing anything for them. And finally, cannabis oil. They're actually leading productive lives where there's like little to no seizures at all. If they were having 200 seizures per day, it's probably down to like maybe 2 for the week. That's pretty good, you know. So I'm happy for those parents, and happy for everyone who understands the medicinal value of cannabis oil. So go ahead and do your research, because I am so loving this. Now, remember to pick up a copy of my cookbook, From My Taste Buds to Yours. Yes, it is on my website at Angeluscious.com. You will find fabulous recipes, Caribbean-inspired recipes with a twist. And it's teaching you how to cook from scratch. So be sure to get you a copy. And we will chat later. I am going to go ahead and eat my food. It's in the oven. I'm ready to eat. Yes, I am. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for tuning in to Ange'luscious Authentic Dishes. Remember, give it a thumbs up, comment, ask any questions. If you like this video, go ahead and share it. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate that. All right? Thank you so much once again. Be blessed.